And you're writing songs and all of that. You go to Nashville and somehow end up on a cruise ship for 6 years. And you're essentially, correct me if I'm wrong here, but essentially you're a rock and roll singer for 6 years, 5 nights a week. I don't imagine you're playing any original songs during this time, right?
Not at all. We didn't get to play any original music, but we were able to sell, CDs and stuff. So I had made a CD back when I was like 18, and I brought it on ships and got to sell and kind of go that route. But yeah, no original music. But man, I did not stop writing. I was still writing that entire time.
So that's a long time for an artist,
Yeah.
right? Like you're a creative being. That's not something you can just turn off. Like you just mentioned, you were writing the whole time. Um,
Mm.
how long that like during that time, that 6 year process, obviously there's going to be a lot of pros that you can learn along the way. One of them being, audience interaction, connectability. I imagine taking care of your voice is probably something you learned, during that time of your life. But 6 years is a long time to kind of stifle creativity. So do you feel like that was kind of a drawback to you as an artist during those years?
I don't know. I feel like I don't ever look at it as a time in my life where I felt pulled back. I think I look at it as a time in my life where I got to learn so much material and learn so much about my voice.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I sang everything from Aretha Franklin to Jefferson Airplane to Janis Joplin to Guns N' Roses. I mean, I sang so much different type of material, and I got to learn so much about what my voice can do, where how what's my register, all these things you learn about your voice, and like you said, how to take care of it. And I think I look at it as such a growing time vocally that I think I really, really needed in my life.
And plus, you're very young at the time too, so you're probably going through a maturation process when it comes to writing. And I mean, are you learning? Even though you're not essentially putting out new material, you're singing cover stuff. Do you feel like your writing process was going through a maturation process? Even like I said, even though you're not releasing it.
Yeah, definitely. I felt like I definitely feel like in a writing sense of it, I was kind of in a holding pattern. But I mean, even when we got time off from ships, I would still book shows at home. If I had like 2 months off, I'd go and play with an old band that I used to play with on Bill, and we'd play originals. And so I never felt like it was a holdback at all. But I always just try to keep writing new material, and I'm like, one day I'll get to release this. And then finally in 2017, when I came to Nashville, I was able to release another record.
And was there a kind of a tug of war at any point when you're on the cruise ship experience between like I imagine that was a very lucrative thing for you, right? So and plus you're getting to see the world. I mean, who's not going to love that? But is there a tug of war between that and then kind of going forward with your career? Like at some point in time, I have to move on from this. I want to be an artist. I want to be, I want to tour and write my own stuff and release my own stuff. Is there a tug of war between those two things at any point?
Well, the crazy thing is right after cruise ships, I got an email from a guy that worked at Dollywood in East Tennessee, and they were looking for a female singer at the time, and I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to take a break from sea life and move my stuff over to East Tennessee and take a job and do musical theater. And it was like the most random thing ever, but
It's amazing.
I I did it for a year and I loved it and it was awesome. So I mean, I felt like, in my 20s, I really just wanted to experience everything I could in that corporate world, learn about business and learn what my voice can do and learn I just wanted to learn. I just wanted to sing, and I didn't care where I was singing. I just wanted to sing.
Yeah, I love that too. And like, grew up Western Tennessee, moved to
Yeah.
Central Tennessee with Nashville, end up in Eastern Tennessee, at Dollywood. Yeah, gotta love that stuff, man. And it's so funny, man. If you're not familiar with how Tennessee works, man, it's so funny because Western Tennessee is like rock and blues, right? And then you got this is the same state, y'all. And then in the center of the state, you got like obviously the country music mecca of the world. And then in Eastern Tennessee, it's like Appalachia and bluegrass and folky and rootsy. And man, it's three different worlds, isn't it?
Dude, talk about, I mean, I just experienced all of Tennessee.
Yeah,
It's
I
crazy.
know. It's crazy. I love that though. And it shines through. Like if you listen to your catalog, it's there, right? It's so present. So you're really kind of influenced by your wherever you are, your location. You're in the moment, right?
Absolutely. Always be present.
Yeah, I love that, man. And is that kind of how your writing works too? Like you're just kind of conduing it all into your system?
Definitely. I think in the last 2 years, I really just wanted to hone in on, like, just writing about my family and where I came from and just writing more personable now, and I feel like the last 2 years, Rodeo Queen being that first single that was really the most personable, I was like, "Man, this is what I wanna do. This is what I wanna say right now, and this is how I wanna get my story across."
Yeah, and like we mentioned earlier, you lived that life as a young girl. Your dad was involved with the rodeo. Your mom was a barrel racer. You've done barrel racing, so she's lived the life. Those songs again that don't connect to an audience sometimes because the artist doesn't connect with the song is so different with you because you connect to the lyrics because you've lived them, and that's why I think the song blew up big time. But what was it like growing up in that world?
Oh, the rodeo world, it was
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
It was awesome. I made so many friends. I mean, to me, my mom was one of the best horse trainers in the Southeast. To me, in my opinion, she was. I remember as a kid, we would always have kids over at her house, and she would train them how to run barrels and train horses how to, small, colts and stuff, how to run barrels. And like, it was such a fun childhood watching her do that because that was her passion and that was her dream. And getting to rodeo with her. I mean, on the weekends, I wasn't, sneaking out of the house going to party. I was going with my mom to
Yeah.
rodeos. And, as a kid, I look back on it now and I'm like, man, I'm really glad that that was something me and my mom could do together.
Yeah, what a great life that is. When family life is better than the trouble you could get into.
Yeah.
Right? I mean that's just a dope way to put it, man. Like yeah, no, I can't sneak out to your party because I'm going with my mom to the rodeo. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome stuff. I love this because like it's like, you you live the rodeo, you live the carnival. It's obvious to me you're in a like a right now kind of girl. I love that so much. And I mean that must serve you well as a musician now, right?
Yeah, I think so for sure. Right now we've been touring so much this year. I mean, we're playing 200 dates this year. I mean,
Wow.
it's crazy how much we're doing. And I'm honestly, this weekend I had this weekend off, and I'm like, this feels so weird. Like I just want to play. Like I just like you said, I just want to be out singing. I don't care where I am. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely the last 2 years have been pretty wild with the touring schedule.
But I imagine those kind of things really helped you with that, right? Like just being on the go with the rodeo, being on the go with carnival life. Like it's just an extension of that. It's just living the same thing
Yes,
differently, right? Um,
definitely.
and I got to tell people out there, man. I say this all the time on the show, but just having your time, only even for an hour, knowing how busy y'all are, 200 dates. Like we just talked to Matt James the other day with Blacktop Mojo. That kid is touring like 300 days a year. So like
Crazy.
yeah, just having some of you folks on the show, giving us a smidgen of your time to chat about your life is just such an honor, and I appreciate it very much.